In this video, we are going to show you how to create this trim deck roof sheeting using curtain roofs. This way you can create it and keep it in your template for use at any time. Shall we?
Okay, I'm going to start by creating a section view here close to the center, and let me adjust the view range so we only see one truss. Now, when jumping into the view, I need to change this to a different level of detail so I can actually see the truss. There we go. Now I'm going to modify the visibility and graphic settings, and I'm going to select the roof category. I'll modify the cut line to use a line weight of 1, change the color to gray and make it halftone. Yep, that looks great. Remember that we kept a 40mm gap for the metal battens, and this 35mm gap is for the roof sheeting. Okay, so to create a real roof sheeting like this one that I'm showing here, first we are going to duplicate this roof. Simply select the roof, use Ctrl+C and copy it. Then place it exactly in the same location. Go to the Modify tab, open the Paste drop-down list, and from there select Align to Same Place. Now we have two identical roofs in the same position, so I'm going to select one of them and temporarily hide it so I can work only with the other one. Let's now create a family that will represent the crest of the roof sheeting. For that, go to File and create a new family. From the family templates, select a profile family. It can be metric or imperial depending on the units you normally work with. I'm going to create a horizontal reference plane right here and set the spacing to 35mm, which will be the crest height. Then I go to the Create tab and select Line. First, I'll create the line for the crest. I'm not drawing it with the exact dimensions for now, but you can follow the dimensions of the roof sheeting profile you want to model. Before drawing the top line, I'm first going to mirror this line so the crest becomes symmetrical. Finally, complete the top line. Now, because this is a profile family, it needs to be a perfectly closed loop. I'm going to change the scale so we can see the lines more clearly. To complete the loop, I'm just going to offset these lines. The offset will be 1.5mm, and remember to activate the copy option. Offset the lines towards the inside, and then I'm going to move only the incline lines 1.5mm upwards. This is because I now want to create this square end. This part will later connect with the valley of the roof sheeting. Okay, now I can delete the reference plane, and I'm going to mirror the entire figure horizontally. Not because I want the roof sheeting upside down, but because curtain roofs interpret this profile in the opposite direction. So it's better to flip it from now. Now, one important thing we need to take note of in this family is the distance between these 2 points. Oh, nice. It happened to be exactly 100mm. If you get a different value, just write it down, because we'll need it later. Okay, now let's save the family into your family collection. I already have one saved here called Roof Crest, so I'm just going to replace it. Now let's load the family into our project. Oh, okay. I think the profile thickness is too thin. Let's go back to the profile family. Actually, it doesn't matter that much, so I'm just going to adjust the profile slightly to make it thicker and then try loading it again. That's right. Now there's no warning message, so we can continue. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to use a curtain roof. And curtain roofs, just like curtain walls, both require curtain mullions. So go to the project browser and under Families, locate the curtain wall mullion category, and then rectangular mullion. Right-click on it and select New Type. Name it Roof Crest and double-click to edit its parameters. Go to the Profile parameter and select the Roof Crest profile we just created. You can also change the material here. So I'm going to use galvanized steel. If you don't have it in the list, you can drag it from the library into the project materials. Select the material, leave the remaining parameters as they are, and click OK to finish editing the mullion. The crest is now complete and ready to use for the roof. And talking about the roof, First, we need to make it curtain slope roof. So select the roof, and from the properties palette list, scroll all the way down and change it to roof slope glazing type. With the roof still selected, go to the view glasses and isolate it. And now you can see these small icons that are actually telling us this is now a curtain system element, so we can assign mullions to it. To do this, find the panel called Solid under the System Panel subcategory inside Curtain Panels. Right-click on it and select Duplicate. Name it Roof Valley and double-click to edit it as well. Set the offset to 0 and change the thickness to match the roof sheeting thickness. Finally, click OK. OK, now let's assign these two elements to the roof. Select the roof family and click Edit Type. First, let's duplicate the roof type as well and call it Trim Deck Roof. The first parameter to change is the curtain panel. From the list, select the Roof Valley panel. When working with sloped curtain roofs, Grid 1 is always the direction of the slope. So under Grid 1, change the layout to fixed distance and set the spacing to the value of the roof sheeting you are modeling. I'll just use 200 millimeters for now. Then to add the mullion, open the Grid 1 mullion interior type list and select the roof crest mullion. Finally, click OK and wait for the roof to update. If we zoom in closer, it looks like it's a single metal sheet, but actually the valley is one panel while the crest is the mullion. Looks pretty nice, but there's still something we need to fix here. To show it better, I'm going to deactivate thick lines and zoom into this area. As you can see, they don't align perfectly. So I'm going to select the panel and click Edit Type. Now I'm going to change the offset parameter and give it half of the sheet thickness, which would be 0.75 millimeters. Oh, well, actually, it needs to be negative. There we go. It's still not absolutely perfect, but it's now very close. And from a normal viewing distance, it makes basically no difference. If I go back to the section view, you can hide the original roof and keep only the new one visible. Now you can select it and manually move it to create the 40 millimeter gap for the battens. Now let's add a fascia beam to the roof. To do this, let's go to the 3D view and isolate the sloped curtain roof. Now in the project browser, go to the Families category and search for Profiles. Here you can find the Profile Fascia Flat Families. Select one of them and double-click to edit it. Adjust the thickness to whatever value you need, and you can also assign the height using global parameters. Click OK. Now under the Architecture tab, open the Roof drop-down list and select Roof Fascia. Edit the default fascia type and rename it. I'll call it simply Truss Fascia 150 by 20. Select the fascia profile we just created. Actually, I think I forgot to rename it, but I'm pretty sure this was the 19 by 140 beam profile. So I'll just assign a timber material to it and click OK. Here we have one problem. If you try to add fascia to a curtain roof, Revit won't allow it. So first, select the curtain roof and temporarily change it back to a normal roof. Now you can add as many fascia beams as you need. You can also add gutters as well. There are already a few predefined gutter families available. This one was placed inside out, so I'll just click this control button to flip it, and that's it. Let's go to the section view to check how the fascia and gutter are looking. Actually, the fascia should be slightly bigger, so let me measure this distance. It's 206 millimeters. So let's edit the fascia dimensions. Now that I'm here, I'm also going to rename it properly. I'll unlink it from the global parameters and simply type 206 millimeters. Very good. Now let's move the gutter so it doesn't clash with the fascia. If the fascia thickness is 20 millimeters, Then let's give the gutter a horizontal profile offset with that exact value. And now the gutter sits in the correct position. Finally, let's make it a little bit larger and also change its material. We can use the same galvanized metal sheet material and click OK to finish. Once everything is finished, we can select the roof again and change its type back to the trim deck roof. Back in the section view, we can confirm that everything is looking correct. Remember that I moved the roof sheeting upwards to leave the 40mm gap for the battens. And with that, we finish this video.
In the next final couple of videos, we are going to show you how to create these realistic stud walls exactly the way they are built in the real world. So I'll see you in the next one.